All right, we're going to come back and talk again a little bit about gross profit, because as we all know, gross profit is one of the single biggest ways that we can improve profitability in the business, cash flow, and overall business value. So if we can improve our gross profit margin by either raising revenue or cutting down on our cost of goods sold, we're going to dramatically improve one of those three things, if not all three of them. So today I'm going to focus very squarely on this cost of goods sold concept, and we're going to talk about it in the example of a manufacturing firm. So in a manufacturing firm, what you've got to spend a lot of money on is your facilities and your machines. So if you've got a machine sitting here, and this machine is sitting here working, chugging away, and producing product out the back end, that's fabulous. But what happens when they're workers? Well, the workers only work from 9 to 5 or 8 to 6 or something like this. So your machine, if it's sitting here and not working, you don't have to pay it overtime. The best thing for a machine is machine utilization, which means one of the clear things that if you're in a manufacturing process that you need to be thinking about is how do we work this thing all day, all night, 24 hours a day. And one of the best ways to do this is by increasing shifts. Increasing the number of shifts that you have in your manufacturing plant and making sure they stack up so that you're not paying overtime is one of the best ways to make sure that you have machine utilization. The other things that you can do inside of your using machinery and technology is considering adding machinery or new technology to actually mechanize certain tasks that have been done by people in the past. Consider streamlining the overall process to cut down on the time taken moving unfinished goods to goods. So how you actually lay out your manufacturing facility is critical to cutting down cost of goods sold, because if we're moving from over here all the way across the building to the other end of the building, then back, moving just goods around, we are wasting time. We need to set it up so that it's spot by spot by spot. The next thing is consider adding space to increase efficiency. If everyone is sitting there waiting on the unfinished goods to come in the door, and then you have to go down the street to get it, or you have to go across the block to get it, if you add space in your manufacturing facility to accurately forecast the unfinished goods needs, you're going to be much more efficient at producing those goods, and that also is going to decrease your cost of goods sold. In addition, a lot of people think that they're the only one who can manufacture this. I'm not talking about necessarily sending things to China or India or anywhere else, but consider purchasing semi-finished goods and just adding the finishing touches. Add the most important things in the manufacturing process. Maybe it's not so important for you to go end to end, and you might be able to cut down on your labor costs, your space costs, your machine costs, and overall cut your cost of goods sold down. And finally, consider drop shipping products directly to the consumer. As opposed to going through a middleman or warehousing or anyone else, consider drop shipping directly to the consumer to cut down on some of your other warehousing costs where you might have a middleman and other things in place. If you pick one of these things or multiple of these things, I hope something out there helps you decrease cost of goods sold and increase gross profit.